You think crochet is just grandmas making blankets? You've never seen anything like this. There is something about tiny crochet that makes people stop scrolling completely. Not the big sweaters, not the king-size blankets, the tiny stuff. A strawberry the size of your thumbnail, a little mushroom with a perfectly sewn-on face. A piece so small you almost think there's no way human fingers actually made that, and yet someone did. And watching it come together stitch by stitch is one of the most satisfying things you'll ever see. Today, we're going deep into the world of tiny crochet projects, the ones that look impossible, the ones that make you think, wait, how? The ones that go viral not because of tricks or hacks, but just because they're genuinely that good to watch. I'll walk you through some of the most satisfying tiny crochet projects out there, why they hit so different to make and to watch, and how, even if you're a beginner, some of these might actually be more doable than you think. Let's start with a real problem a lot of crochet people have. You want to make something, you have the yarn, you have the hook, maybe you have a free afternoon, but every pattern you find is either too long, too complicated, or it's going to take you 3 weeks to finish. You start it, life gets in the way, and then that half-finished project just sits there in a bag somewhere, making you feel guilty every time you see it. That feeling is exhausting, and it's actually one of the biggest reasons people give up on crochet altogether. Not because it's too hard, but because the projects they choose are too big and the payoff takes too long. That's exactly where tiny crochet comes in. When a project fits in the palm of your hand and you can finish it in one sitting, something changes. You actually finish it. You hold it and it's done and it's cute and you made it. That feeling of completing something, of holding a finished thing you created from scratch, that's addictive in the best possible way. It makes you want to do another one, and suddenly you've made 12 little mushrooms and you're completely hooked, no pun intended. So let's talk about what makes these tiny projects so satisfying to watch and why they're so good for the maker too. The first thing is the scale. When you're working small, every single stitch is visible. In a big blanket, one stitch is almost invisible in the sea of hundreds, but in a tiny amigurumi piece, each stitch is a decision. You can see the tension, the shape forming, the way the piece curls and closes as you go. Watching someone work on something tiny feels almost like watching a miniature world being built in real time. That's why these videos do so well. People can actually see what's happening. One of the most popular tiny crochet projects right now is mini fruit, and I mean mini. We're talking grapes that are smaller than real grapes, strawberries the size of your pinky fingernail, little bananas that you could balance on a pencil eraser. These things are small enough to put on a phone charm or a zipper pull, and they look shockingly real. The way the texture of the crochet mimics the actual skin of the fruit is part of what makes it so satisfying to watch. You see someone working in tiny little rounds, and slowly this small red shape starts to look like a real strawberry. It's almost like magic. What makes these doable is that most mini fruit patterns work in magic rings and simple increases and decreases. If you know how to do those, you can make most of them. The hard part isn't the technique. The hard part is the hook size and the yarn. For something that small, you're usually working with a 2mm or even a 1.5mm hook and thread weight or fingering weight yarn. If you've only ever used chunky yarn, switching to thread feels like you're suddenly doing surgery. But once you get used to it, it becomes its own kind of meditative, slow, focused, satisfying. Another project that people can't stop watching is tiny crochet food. Not just fruit, but actual meals. Little ramen bowls with individual noodles, mini sushi rolls, tiny bento boxes with pieces no bigger than your thumbnail. Creators who make these get millions of views because there's something genuinely fascinating about watching a person build a miniature version of something you recognize. Your brain keeps comparing the tiny version to the real thing, and it's delighted every single time. What's interesting about tiny food crochet specifically is the detail work. After the crocheting is done, a lot of creators add details with embroidery thread, fabric glue, or even tiny pieces of felt. A little sesame seed on a bun, a little drop of red for ketchup. These finishing touches are where a good piece becomes a jaw-dropping piece. And watching someone do that final step, when the little hamburger suddenly looks completely real because they added a tiny embroidered sesame seed, that moment is genuinely one of the most satisfying on the internet. Now let's talk about mini amigurumi, because this might be where things get the most emotional, honestly. Amigurumi are those round, cute stuffed figures that have been big in Japanese craft culture for decades and have completely taken over the crochet world at this point. Usually people make them palm-sized, but mini amigurumi take it further. We're talking about bears the size of a grape, tiny frogs with little bead eyes, miniature cats that could sit on the face of a regular coin. What makes these hard is the assembly. When your pieces are this small, sewing them together becomes a test of patience. The head might be the size of a pea. The ear is even smaller. Getting the placement right, getting them attached securely, getting the eyes in the right spot so the face actually looks like a face, all of that is extremely precise work. But the payoff is that when you hold the finished thing, it feels almost unreal. It feels like something out of a dollhouse, except you made it. People who make and sell these in tiny sets, like a set of 6 little woodland animals or a collection of mini sea creatures, often have waiting lists because people lose their minds over them. There's something about the size that makes them feel precious, almost like they need to be protected. There's also a huge trend right now in tiny crochet accessories. Miniature bags that are actually functional, small enough to hold a few coins or a lip balm, hair clips with little crocheted flowers or strawberries attached, earrings made from tiny crocheted hoops or little 3D fruit shapes. These are tiny projects that have a real use. You make them, you wear them, people ask you where you got them, you say you made them yourself, and you feel amazing. The earring trend especially has exploded. People are using size 10 crochet thread and tiny steel hooks to make earrings that look like they came from a boutique. Little mushrooms with red caps and white dots, tiny sunflowers with yellow petals, small geometric shapes that catch the light. The projects themselves take maybe an hour each once you know the pattern, but they look like they took days. That gap between effort and perceived value is what makes them so rewarding. And then there's one more category that deserves its own moment: micro crochet. This category is where people push the limits of what's physically possible with a hook and thread. We're talking about pieces made with sewing thread and needles so tiny they're hard to see with the naked eye. Finished pieces so small they could sit inside a thimble. Baskets with actual woven textures. Roses with individual petals. These aren't things you finish in an afternoon. These are labors of love that can take days for something the size of a button. Watching micro crochet is a completely different experience than watching regular crochet. It's almost meditative to watch. The movements are so small and so precise that you find yourself leaning in, watching the thread twist and loop, seeing the tiniest bit of structure form, stitch by stitch. It's the kind of video you watch twice without realizing it. For most people, micro crochet isn't where you start, but it is where you can end up if you fall down this rabbit hole far enough, and a lot of people do. Here's the